People learn in different ways. Some learn better by seeing what they need to know, while others learn better by actually hearing it. Still others learn best by having hands-on opportunities. In reality, everyone uses all three of these methods to learn to their best ability, even if we do prefer one particular method over the other. The good news is that you're participating in video-based training. This means you have the opportunity to see and hear instruction, and because you can replay movies many times as you want, you can also have the power of repetition to assist in your learning process. As much as possible, we also want you to be able to have hands-on practice. As they say, nothing beats actually doing it. In this training title, you will be able to perform a lot of the tasks without anything other than what you already have available on your own computer. SharePoint is a little different than other types of software training, though, because it does require that SharePoint be set up on your system. That's not something that the average person can do on their own. It's not a simple file or folder of content that we can provide. It requires extra IT infrastructure like servers in order to work. Setting that up is far beyond the scope of this series, which is just about using SharePoint. Because of that, you do need to have a SharePoint environment that you can use if you want to be able to work through the skills that we'll be demonstrating. Most of what we'll be doing is just keying in information. That doesn't require anything extra. In a few of the topics, I'll use a specific file to demonstrate a feature or technique. For example, when we need to load an existing file into a SharePoint library, you can use any file that you have that fits the need. For example, when we load a picture into the picture library, you can use any picture file that you have on your computer. The files do not have to be the exact ones that I'm using. I know that sometimes it's not easy, like when someone says, just say something, and for the life of you, you can't think of a single word to say. So you can use your own files. But if it makes it easier for you, on those few occasions when I use a specific file, I'll remind you that the file can be found in the Working Files folder that you received as part of this training package. Within the Working Files folder, you'll also find folders for each chapter. If there are files that I use to demonstrate, you'll find them there. I'll give you the file name at the actual time in the training when I use them, so it won't be confusing. Remember, at these times, you can use the provided working files or your own files, whichever you prefer. For what we're doing, the actual content is really not that important. What is important is that you repeat the demonstrations in order to reinforce your learning and your retention of the skills. By the way, if there aren't any specific files used for a particular chapter, I'll include a text document that says no files were used for that chapter, just so you know nothing is missing. I know also that time is valuable, and often we're viewing videos like these because we need to get something done, but I hope you'll invest the time to not only view them, but to also follow along and repeat the examples on your own to help reinforce your skills. Research and experience clearly shows that when a person sees it, hears it, and does it, they actually learn it much better than doing any one of those things on its own. With the hands-on practice, they also retain the information much better. After all, that is our number one goal, that you gain skills that you can immediately apply and that you'll be able to use those skills well into the future. I hope you enjoy your training experience and take advantage of the wonderful opportunities SharePoint puts at your fingertips.